Yeah, pause video. Do you like poetry?
Yes.
Are they gonna ask me the same question?
Can you edit this?
Oh yeah, don't worry.
I like that poetry be about anything. It can be like happy or sad or just any kind of emotion, and it can be funny, and it's just has a wide variety.
Have you ever written any poetry?
Yes, I have.
Can you read us something you wrote?
No, no. It's actually it would be in Spanish.
We'd love that.
We have. Can we
Poetry
hear
is
some Spanish
poetry.
poetry?
Whether it's
I mean, you really want.
Yeah.
I just don't.
you don't have to.
I'm a little shy.
Okay. Tara's a little shy, so we're not doing that anymore.
So much for that.
Because if you look at lyrics of songs, it's just like poetry, and then you just read them out loud with a tune. And it's the same thing.
Who is your favorite lyricist or musician? The most poetic.
The most poetic.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that guy from Bright Eyes, Connor Oberst. He's very poetic.
I've never heard of him.
No way. No?
Are you a fan of poetry?
Yes and no.
Can you elaborate on that answer?
I don't really like learning about poetry, but if it's something that I can understand, I like it. Oh, I think of that poem. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways.
Oh, very cute.
That was my favorite poem.
Oh yeah. Nobody else has given us one.
So, do you? How do you feel music is poetry, or is it poetry to you?
Because it's clever thinking.
Because it's clever thinking. And who is the
Put to a beat.
the cleverest thinking musician you can think of?
Tupac.
Would you like to read one to us?
If you really need me to, I can.
We kind of do. Gummy bears, gummy bears. Oh my gummy bears. Gummy bears, gumming bears. What kind of bears do you like to eat? Green gummy bears, yellow gummy bears, orange gummy bears in a purple bowl, sitting alone.
I do not understand why men make war. Is it because artillery is the most stoic example of what flesh can become? Is it because the military plan is the final map drawn by the wisest hunter? Is it because the neutron ray is the invincible finger no one will disobey? Or is it because the flood of blood is the proper penance workers must pay for failing tribute at the prescribed hour? Did it?
Oh shoot, we didn't get that. You're gonna have to do. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, no, you're lying. When are we gonna write a song together that's like super poetic?
When are we? You tell me. I've been waiting.
Stay tuned after these messages. May good luck find you at your worst, and bad luck lose you at your best. May your days be rich and full of wealth, and your nights be long when you need rest, and the roof that hangs over your head find you shelter from the sun before the devil knows you're dead. Meet me in heaven, my friend. Andrew, would you say you like poetry?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah, do you have a favorite poet?
In
Is
the
that Shel Silverstein?
Yeah, Shel Silverstein.
Yeah, good
That's
choice.
Yeah.
Great. Would you like more to happen? Like, would you attend if USD held more like events featuring student poets or published poets?
Yeah, probably. Student poets would be cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know
Especially-
a couple friends who like creative writing and do a couple things like that, so that'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Have you ever written any of your own poetry?
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah? Can you think of anything you wrote that you'd not want to share?
I don't want to share any of it, but yeah, I have some, but I'm not about to share any of it.
No problem.
I'm so dark. If I don't smile, you won't be able to see me. Like poetry?
Absolutely.
To be me is to be poetic.
That's what I just said right before you walked in here.
Thank you. Do you feel that music is poetic?
Certainly.
Have you ever heard of poetry performances on campus by like student poets or...
No.
No? Would you like USD to start holding events like that?
Sure.
Yeah?
Free food.
Free food. What is the first thing you think of when you hear the word poetry?
Rhyming.
Would you say you like poetry?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Very good. Have you ever heard of poetry performances on campus?
Actually, I haven't. No.
Really? Would you be willing to go if USC held one?
Maybe. If I did, it would probably be just once. It wouldn't be it. Yeah.
First thing that you think of when you hear the word poetry?
First thing I think of like poetry readings and people like, you know, just sitting around and that type of setting.
Definitely. Do you have a favorite poet?
I like Walt Whitman.
Oh, me too. Do you feel that music is poetic at all?
Yeah, definitely.
What musician do you find most poetic?
Musician.
Or who's your favorite lyricist?
I really like Incubus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Me too. Good choice.
What's the first thing that pops into your head when you hear the word poetry?
Rhymes.
Limes? Okay.
Lemons?
Do you like poetry?
No.
Not citrusy enough? And is there anything USD could do to help you want to come more? Maybe provide free food or like feature certain things?
Free food always gets people to go to.
What about extra credit?
Extra credit for like an English class or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, I would go.
Do you watch?
Haikus are poetry, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've written those before.
Nice.
I find rap to be pretty poetic.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have a favorite rap artist?
I like Eminem.
Nice.
Good
His
choice.
old stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The real Slim Shady.
Do you like poetry?
No.
So you don't have a soul? What? Interestingly,
Yeah.
music can be considered poetry. And what is the first thing you think of when you hear the word poetry?
Pain.
Pain, okay.
Rhyming.
Rhyming. And do either of you have a favorite poet?
Tupac.
Tupac?
Yes. That's a good one. No, I do not.
Do you feel that music is poetic?
Yes, definitely.
What musician would you say is most poetic to you? What artist speaks to your soul the most, lyrically? Kid Cudi. Do you like poetry?
I love poetry. I love it.
Have you ever heard of poetry performances on campus?
No, but I wish that there were more. I'm a member of Sigma Tau Delta. I'm going to be president in the fall, and that's the
wow.
English Honor Society. And that's something that, like, when I'm president, I really want to help organize, because I know a lot of people who write poetry, and there's not enough of that on campus.
I agree. Do you write poetry of your own?
I do. Actually, in the fall, I'm taking Jericho Brown's intermediate poetry writing class, because my poetry right now isn't very good, but
you do, right?
But I do, yeah. I hope it'll become better from that class, though.
Particularly good poets?
I do. I have a few friends, two friends who've been published because of their poetry, and that's really cool. And I think it just comes, I'm an English major, so it kind of comes with the territory that I have friends who like to write.
That's great. What is the first thing you think of when you hear the word poetry?
I probably think of the two words Allen Ginsberg, because he's my favorite poet.
I like him
so that's probably what I think of.
Nice. What could USC do to get you to come to a poetry event?
I think free food is always a good incentive for college students, right?
Definitely.
So, but I feel like if people know that their friends are going to an event, then they'll go too.
I agree.
And free food is helpful.
Do you view music as poetic?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Who's your favorite artist in terms of lyrics?
Oh, in terms of lyrics?
Yep.
Bob Dylan, for
Bob
sure.
Dylan,
who
nice.
won the Pulitzer Prize for his lyrics, so I would consider him a poet before a musician, for sure.
Definitely.